All right, so let's react to this one. So I was talking about this is a problem with a lot of relationships or just women where if they don't have good self reflection, they can never see what's the problem with the relationship. So let's play this.
Husband, my partner for life, I thought, of 5 years, decided he wasn't happy anymore and left. Um, Honestly, it was a normal day. He woke up saying his knees hurted. It was the day after Mother's Day. We had an argument about how he loaded the dishwasher. And next thing I know, he's gone. And 2 days later, I got a text message saying he was done. So now it's the end of the month. I'm trying to figure out rent and my bills and all kinds of stuff. And my kids are out of school, and I have 4 kids, and it's gonna be 2 months of me trying to hide all these emotions that I'm going through. But every day it's a goddamn roller coaster, and I'm trying to hold together. And I have a 5-month-old, and I have a diabetic daughter, an autistic child. I'm just going through a lot, and I would appreciate it if you just like or comment or stay to watch this video. It would help me a lot as I'm trying to figure out what to do with my life right now again. 2 weeks ago,
I've said this. This is the problem with a lot of women. They seek validation from online, from strangers. They're seeking validations from strangers. Absolute clout chasers and absolute poor self reflection. So, you guys heard that? Let's break this craziness down.
my husband, my partner for life, I thought, of 5 years, decided he wasn't happy anymore and left. Um,
Now, I want to say this. You have to know the statistics. So, divorce is about a coin flip, 50-50, about that. But 80% of those divorces are filed by women. So, if about, let's say, just about 70% are filed by women. So 30% of men file. So not that's not a common thing for men to file for divorce, for men to leave. Because in my opinion, men view divorce, men feel the failure, see the destruction of a family as a failure, as a huge, the ultimate failure. So I'm going to just make assumptions. He could be the worst, crappiest man alive. Could be. But this is the thing. By the odds, right? 5 years, 4 kids. It would not be, in my opinion, an easy decision for him to make where he's the one who chooses to leave. So if men don't usually choose to leave, you have to think when they do, it has to be so next level. It has to be something really serious in the man's eyes where he's done. At
Honestly, it
least at least in some situations, in my opinion.
was a normal day. He woke up saying his knees hurted. It was the day after Mother's Day. We had an argument about how he loaded the dishwasher.
So I'm only taking about surface level, right? He was in pain. Maybe she didn't care that much. Especially, let's say, after Mother's Day, the focus is on her. Then now he's in pain. Maybe she didn't put a whole lot of thought into it. She also says that they had an argument on how he loaded the dishwasher. A lot of times women don't understand. marriages for men, or these relationships for men, women don't understand how lack of love they go towards men, how lack of care. Women a lot of times don't care how a man feels. They don't. They don't care if a man feels loved, if a man feels cherished, if a man feels wanted, needed. They don't. And you can see, in my opinion, that might have been the last straw, because this might be often where women, out of these marriages, they put down men, and men will take it until they can't take it anymore. That's why I'm making the assumption that I'm making. Okay, again, it's pure assumption, right? I'm just trying to build whatever I can from what she says, but I can be completely wrong. I'm just making my own, hypothesis. But I'm going by what she's kind of saying, where arguing with him on how he did the dishwasher. And you see this time and time again, where women will, and women have said this, right? The whole weaponized incompetence, where, okay, they want the man to chip in of the household duty, yet bash him, put him down, insult him, yell at him on how he's doing things. And then that continuous, situation happening over and over again. And possibly in the 5 years of the relationship or 5 years of the marriage, she has probably been doing that continuously. But he probably been standing it. He's probably like, whatever. He's probably not arguing. He's probably just taking it. But it builds to a point where he can't take it anymore. This is the thing where he probably like, you know what? I'm going to try to take it as much as I can, but that was the last straw. That women don't value men. They never do. They see men as tools, as things to be used, yet they really don't value us. So, yeah.
And next thing I know, he's gone. And 2 days later, I got a text message saying he was done. So now it's the end of the month. I'm trying to figure out rent and my bills and all kinds of stuff. And my kids are out of school, and I have.
So, then it's funny that I'm only going by what she says in this video. So he was taking care of most of that. He was probably holding the financial load. And yet you still berate him on how he loaded the dishwasher. When in the relationship, you didn't have to deal with thinking about, bills, or you didn't have to worry about the bills or the rent and stuff like that. Because he probably was helping out, or he probably took care of that. But now that you're apart, now you have to worry about that. That's the thing where women don't understand. Women are trying to put so much on men's shoulders, yet which I think men are fine with, and yet you treat men like shit. You berate them, you disrespect them, you insult them. And then you think that men should just take it. Men should provide, protect, and take the BS that women give out. What's the point? What's the point of like working yourself to death and then coming home to actually be the good man and contribute, and then you get treated like shit? You don't get valued. You don't get loved. You don't get treated like a king. You don't get treated like Father's Day is crap. No one cares about Father's Day. Right? It's not celebrated like Mother's Day. So maybe he was seeing that, where, wow, I'm doing so much. I'm helping out so much with the family, with everything, and providing and protecting. And then on Mother's Day, I have to treat her like a queen. Yet, she could care less if my knees are hurting. She just yelled at me for loading the effing dishwasher, which is not even worth getting an argument over. If you don't like it, do it yourself. But no. He needs to provide and protect and take the BS I'm telling him. He needs to listen to how he should do things. Like he's my child. Absolutely.
I have 4 kids, and it's gonna be 2 months of me trying to hide all these emotions that I'm going through. But every day it's a goddamn roller coaster. And I'm trying to hold together. And I have a 5-month-old. And I have a diabetic daughter. An autistic child.
I am gonna hold. I mean, hopefully, if he divorces her, he's at least trying to fight for custody. Like 50-50 custody at least. Because it is, if this man is a good man, it must have been an extreme where he felt like shit being with this woman. That's why he needs a divorce. I can understand. Maybe emotional abuse, right? Maybe the emotional abuse. Because, like I said, she was yelling at him for loading the dishwasher. So it's not. That's probably not a one and done thing, right? That's probably not out of the blue that she's done that. It's probably not the first time she's ever done that. Out of the years of being together, probably not the first time. So this man might be suffering from the verbal abuse, and he couldn't take it anymore, which I can understand. I'm just hoping that this man, this father, will at least be there for his kids. That's what I'm hoping. Even though, I mean, although her kids are, she said this autistic and diabetic and all this stuff, they probably need his help. So at least I hope that he's there for his kids. That's what I'm hoping for. That's the most important thing, because when I'm going for always, right? That is the key thing. Yelling at him for loading the dishwasher, because that is telling a lot in my mind, right? In my mind, that tells it all. Where women like this never understand that they are emotionally abusing the man.
I'm just going through a lot, and I would appreciate it if you just like or comment or stay to watch this video. It would help me a lot.
And it's kind of untrustworthy. I mean, like, you're trying to be an influencer now. I think it's ridiculous. But again, I wanted to break down this video because I found that as the key thing, where a lot of women can't understand it, that they make marriage terrible. Not just, this is the thing with a lot of men see this. They don't just see that divorce is crappy. They see marriage as crappy, where men need to provide and protect, but not just like old school men. They need to provide and protect, and they need to chip in the household and chip in the child raising, which is, I'm all for, and I support men being a big part of their children. But this is the problem is that you can't have it all. If a man is trying to work himself hard to death or whatever to provide for his family, to maybe provide for a stay-at-home mom, which, that's not common. That's not an easy task. It is not realistic that he needs to chip in the household and then also chip in the child rearing. It's not easy. If he could do it, he's a Superman. He's an amazing man. But this is a problem where women expect men to, again, provide and protect, chip in the household duties, chip in the child rearing, and suffer through the BS. Like, oh, you're not doing this right. You're not doing this right. You got to do it like this. You got to do it like that. The BS, the emotional abuse, the disrespect that wives are treating husbands. So men see this and like, wow, why do I want to get into that? And let alone, let's not forget, sex life usually go down the drain when you're married. And who's that? Who causes that? Women. Women pretty much negate you having any sex, or if that much. So really, what is the benefit? Why would marriage be all that great? Okay, because it seems like everything is on the men's shoulders, yet no one cares. No one cares about the shit men go through. No one cares that the world is on the men's shoulder, right? Let alone the whole family, the life of their family is on the men's shoulders. Yet women get the sympathy, women get the support, men get the shitless. So really, why would men sign up for that? So, in the cases that men do sign up for marriage, well, they will see that, wow, this is shitty, and then they divorce. I can tell you this: I think it's rarer for men to divorce in a happy marriage or in a good marriage than it is for women. I've literally have heard women divorce or cheated on good men, or on good marriages, where women say there's nothing wrong with my husband, nothing wrong with the marriage, yet they will still divorce or cheat on the man. I'm not saying that's impossible for men to do that. I think that's more rare because I don't hear that. I mean, again, I guess this is anecdotal, right? I don't hear it that often, but that is my own view and take on it. So, I don't know. What do you guys think?